Hi, and welcome to another episode of the City of Flagstaff's Recovery Roundtable. My name is Jessica Drum, and today I'm joined by a couple of subject matter experts, employees of the City of Flagstaff, and we are going to discuss some changes that folks may have seen to their water bills. And today, to talk about that, I am joined first by Neil. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, Neil Chapman, Forest Health Supervisor with the Flagstaff Fire Department.
And Dylan?
Yeah, I'm Dylan Lenzen. I work as a sustainability specialist in the city sustainability section.
Terrific. Thank you both so much for joining me. And I believe you have a presentation today as well. Is that correct?
That is, yeah. So I'm just going to share my screen right now. So just give me 1 second. All right. So yeah, as Jessica mentioned, we're here to talk about some changes that you may have noticed to your municipal services bill. And specifically, those relate to two different fees. One called the environmental management fee, which has always really been on your municipal services bill, as well as a water resource and infrastructure protection fee. And we'll walk through kind of why these fees were restructured and why you might notice a new one on your bill as well. So historically, for some background, the environmental management fee was established back in 2002, and this funds citywide environmental programs throughout the city, and it has always been a $4 fee based on the number of utility meters on a utility bill. So for your standard single-family home, you're likely going to have just one $4 fee on your monthly municipal services bill. And then last fiscal year, that fee generated about $1.02 million. And those funds provided or actually funded efforts by the sustainability section, the Flagstaff Fire Department, and the Greater Flagstaff Forest Partnership. And our goal as part of the restructure was really to keep this level of revenue flat. So we weren't actually trying to increase revenues for the city, but really just restructure it in a way that makes sense. And as for why we needed to restructure it, ultimately, fees based on that fund these programs should really be based on the actual environmental and natural resource impacts that are created by the municipal service bill owner. And that wasn't the case with just a flat $4 fee. And then also there was some issues with the equity of the fee as it's distributed amongst different types of homes and different users. And that was really because it was based on the number of water meters on a specific property. And so, for example, again, your single family homeowner is likely to have just a $4 flat fee every month, while a large multifamily complex that might have 900 residents, but maybe only 5 water meters could have been only paying about $20 a month. And so obviously there's a pretty significant a burden placed on single family homeowners for paying for some of the resource impacts there. And so in order to ameliorate some of those inequities and charge a fee that's based on impacts, the fee is now based on a 3.5% rate that's assessed on all of your core services. So that includes everything from your water, your wastewater, reclaimed water, stormwater, and even your trash and recycling services. And the goal again was to restructure it so it would keep the overall revenue generated to keep it flat. So we're not trying to increase any annual revenue. And then again, those fees are going to protect those same core services that you're being charged for. And then lastly, the other really great thing about this restructure is that customers actually now have an ability to reduce their monthly fee by simply consuming less. So your average single-family homeowner can do a lot of things to reduce their water consumption through water conservation actions like taking shorter showers, or maybe installing some water-efficient appliances, or even installing some water-efficient landscaping. And those things would all go to reduce your utility bill. So now I'll pass it over to Neil to talk about the water resource and infrastructure protection side of this.
Thanks, Dylan. So watershed resource and protection through wildfire risk reduction. Our program was established in 1997, so it's been a priority for the council for quite a while. This fee establishes a fund to support our program and reduce the risk our city water system faces from catastrophic wildfire. Our water supply is 100% local, and maintaining water quality and infrastructure investments requires a fire-adapted forest. Wildland fire management was previously funded by a combination of general funds, grants, and the Flagstaff Watershed Protection Project bond. That bond will be fully spent soon, and our implementation plans will continue into some new areas. But we really needed to be able to continue our program in a way that recognizes the importance of the only local fire management resource that reports to city leadership. Next slide, please, Dylan. So this ordinance provides stable funding for our program. Well, what exactly is our program? I'll review our mission and vision. So the mission of the Wildland Fire Management Program is to protect our community from catastrophic wildfire. We lead the effort to keep people in their homes, neighborhoods intact, business community functioning, first responders safe, and our forests and watersheds healthy and sustainable. Our vision is to effect change by utilizing our unique wildland fire and forest health skills to educate citizens and inform other at-risk communities, support the FireWise engineering of the built environment and emergency response system, enforce applicable codes and ordinances, and restore the natural fire-adapted structure and pattern of our ponderosa pine ecosystem. Next slide, please. So successful wildfire management for the city of Flagstaff involves these 5 key program areas. Additional details about these key areas are available on our Wildland Fire Management website. But in our programmatic areas, we respond with unplanned fire prevention operations, community preparedness, hazard mitigation, incident response, and recovery. This fee does not fund additional projects. This fee maintains our current level of service for our program. So we're still exploring ways to find additional funding for continuing the watershed protection project, working in Upper Lake Mary's paired watershed. We are still looking for community hazard tree program funding and smoke mitigation projects, working with the sustainability department. We're looking into creating some clean air hubs and a HEPA filter loan program. So those are the differences between what this fee will be funding as far as our current program and what it's not funding as far as project specific needs. Next slide, please. So starting August 1st, this wildland or water resource and infrastructure protection fee will be assessed as 52 cents per 1,000 gallons of water used. Let's see, this program will protect our resource and infrastructure through effective wildland fire mitigation efforts, and it will increase to 53 cents effective July 1st, 2022 to maintain this level of service. There's a financial analysis of this proposed fee that's been completed. So a residential customer that consumes 3,500 gallons of water monthly will see a fee of $1.82 based on this 52 cents rate. Residential and commercial customers that consume 10,000 gallons of water monthly will see a fee of about $5.20 per month. And then Dylan, if you could take over and talk about how these combined fees will be put together.
Yeah, so this slide here shows a breakdown or just an example of a monthly utility bill for a couple different scenarios. One for your kind of like average single family home user, which typically consumes about 3,500 gallons of water. And based on that, taking the restructure, the environmental management fee would be about $2.03. And then that water resource and infrastructure protection fee would be about $1.82. And taken together, remember before it was just kind of a bundled $4 fee. But now a resident would be looking at a $3.85 per month fee. And so that actually is about a 15-cent monthly saving. And over a year, that could amount to about $1.80. Not going to make a huge difference to your pocketbook, but I think it goes to show you that it's not going to be a huge change for most residents. But for a larger home that potentially consumes a bit more water, this example shows a 10,000 gallon consumption of water, and in that case, the environmental management fee would be about $4.77. And the water resource and infrastructure protection fee would be about $5.20. So that would represent a total of almost $10 per month, and that would be about a $6 increase relative to the previous scenario. But again, is being tied back to the ultimate impact to those resources and the funding needed to kind of ameliorate some of those impacts. And just as a try and advance the slide here. I think I may have, oh, there we go. Just as a reminder about what this funding goes to pay for, it advances city initiatives related to the regional plan and the city council goals. The city also has a climate action and adaptation plan, and these funds go directly to pay for some of those efforts to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and make Flagstaff a more resilient and equitable community. It also supports the Wildland and Urban Interface Code and the Greater Flagstaff Community Wildfire Protection Plan. And then in addition to that, we also have a Rethink Waste Plan, and the fund will also contribute to things that increase diversion in Flagstaff, so increasing recycling rates and composting activity, and even just preventing waste to begin with. And that's ultimately what this funding is going towards. So that's about it. Jessica, if you have any specific questions for us, we can answer them. But that's all we've got for this presentation here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that presentation, and thanks to both of you for that. I think that provides a really great overview of the changes that folks might have seen on their water bill. So thank you for taking the time for that. And if people have any questions about this presentation, where should we direct them?
Yeah, they can reach out. I mean, customer service at the city is a great place to go to, and then they can direct as needed. But the sustainability program is also a great place to turn to as well. And you can find our contact information for all of us at flagstaff.az.gov/sustainable, and we can help with that. But I'm sure Neil has some contact info as well.
Sure. Any questions about the water resource and infrastructure protection fee can go directly to me. My office number is 928-213-2512, or you can email me at neil.chapman@flagstaffaz.gov. That's neil.chapman@flagstaffaz.gov.
Awesome. Thank you both so much. And as a reminder to folks, if you have any questions about this topic or other topics, you can always email Recovery Roundtable at flagstaffaz.gov. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, and look forward to another Recovery Roundtable next week.